Hey guys, and welcome. Today, I just wanna make a quick video talking about the new upcoming game called Elden Ring NIGHTREIGN. Now, before we start, I just wanna add a quick thing here. In my opinion, if Battlefield 2042 would have some form of proximity voice chat, it will be easily the most popular game on the market. Because as we know, content creators are leading the gaming market currently, and it would make for such a more social experience. Now, before we start, just wanna add a quick part here. My first impression of the new game, and was when I was a bit pissed off. Okay, so here we go. What do I think about Elden Ring NIGHTREIGN? It's like this really the most innovative thing they could come up with. I don't really understand why people praise this studio. It's just AI assets with reused bosses, with outdated co-op, and now on top of that with outdated battle royale game mode. Wow, amazing, man, amazing, guys. Now, just to clear up some confusion, I wanna talk, about Elden Ring NIGHTREIGN. And I already made a couple of Elden Ring videos, and I didn't want it to end there, so I just want to add some explanation why do I think about this game like that. And we actually see that in Elden Ring, right? The game was pretty pricey and we didn't really got any real updates in 2-3 years. There is a reason why Elden Ring lost 90% of its player base in just 1 or 2 years, Because today a lot of these studios, they have these outdated mentalities that are holding their games back, but they think they're being innovative, right? And they only usually mostly cater to console fans, they only focus on single player elements. In fact, this is one of the biggest mistakes Miyazaki did. He reached the replayability through artificial AI single player elements instead of multiplayer elements who can bring infinite amount of replayability and life to the game. And we actually expect some innovation from these guys, that they will actually listen to our community, especially how much they are charging for these games. Most of us spend more than $60-70 euros on these games, and I feel like it's really a shame because the game has so much potential. Elden Ring has so much potential. It could be one of the biggest games out there if they would just add a few multiplayer elements on top of that. And it's not just multiplayer elements. Even single player elements don't feel that good. You have artificial, basically the game it feels very artificially made. You get punished for pretty much just playing the game. You can't even use horse in co-op. They still call co-op a multiplayer game. Co-op is not multiplayer game, guys. It's pretty much a glorified single player game, right? And there are so many problems with this game, right? You have it just feels artificially made. It feels like you're punishing any completionist in this game. The more you take this game seriously, the more you get punished. And it's probably one of the most convoluted game design I have ever seen. They call it a choice, yet in every time you get punished for just doing quests because you get locked out of content. You have limited amount of larva tiers, so you cannot even try all these fun builds. What the whole game was supposed to be built around, character building, finding all these epic items, but doesn't matter because you can't even reset character stats to use them. Because you have limited amount of larva tiers, you literally have to replay the same game multiple times to even get them, instead of when all they had to do was add larva tiers as a rewards for winning evasions or arena, so they could fix 2 issues at the same time, multiplayer rewards and replayability. And there are so many other problems with this game, and doesn't really feel the new game is going to do anything about it. They just implemented some outdated battle royale game mode into this, thinking this is their special when battle royales have been outdated for last 5 years, and it was never even that good of a game mode to begin with, right? And just for example, we don't even have basic keyboard scheme for PC Steam users, right? You can't even keybind, abilities 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to manually scroll from ability to use it in the middle of combat, because the scheme is made for console players, right? These games are only really playable on console. There is a reason they lost so much player base on PC. You can't use horse in co-op. We don't have basic keyboard scheme. There is not even basic leaderboards of rewards of any kind. No factions. No zero social elements. The best social elements Miyazaki could come up with are some stupid messages on the floor. Just some pointless, stupid messages that nobody cares, never really helped you. Is this really the best thing Miyazaki could come up with? You could have text chat, bubble chat, you could have voice chat, proximity voice chat, right? There are so many things this game could be. And instead of actually listening to your community, instead of actually giving your game life and a replayability, they just use bots all over social media, because they know American platforms are full of bots and they use that, right? But not every gamer is naive. Like, you can literally just go to Elden Ring Reddit, a battle royale game mode with reused bosses, and literally the same bosses with outdated battle royale game mode, with outdated co-op. Wow, amazing. I mean, it really shows that if you manipulate social media enough with bots, you can do anything you want. Also, these big companies need to stop wasting money on promoting games via big YouTubers, because most of them just cheated the algorithm for years, practically making it impossible for any real content creator to get any views. When half of their views are bots, half of their comments are bots, you will get way better results if you actually pay small YouTubers. You will actually promote entertainment and content creation that way, not just these guys. And now again, you're only giving a few select handpicked content creators who probably cheated their way to the top ability to play your new game, so they only them will again get ahead. You guys really know how to cater to your community, to your passionate fans, don't you? And the innovation here is amazing, man. Jesus Christus. And it's literally probably one of the most botted Reddits of all time, And they always preach studios this, preach that. These are mostly bots. Real gamers, like real fans, know this is fake, so... But it's a shame, man. Elden Ring could be one of the best games ever created, in my opinion. The armors look so good. They know how to make good games, but they have no idea how to make complete games. And they're still, only focusing on single player elements, because a lot of these Japanese gaming studios, they think that multiplayer is a bad thing, right? No wonder they are so depressed, man. Their games have no life. They're just AI made. We literally play games to play with others and against others, right? It make it fun. It make it competitive. Competitive spirit is not same as being toxic, guys. In my opinion, Elden Ring could be 5 times more popular even today if they will just add larva tears as a reward for PvP winning invasions or arena. If they will add some basic leaderboards, some basic social elements, right? Some basic keybind scheme for PC players, right? Things like that could go so long way for Elden Ring, in my opinion. People always praise Miyazaki to be the most innovative game designer, but is he really? Doesn't seem so, man. Doesn't seem so. I really hope one day, like, he will actually do some of these things for games, like for their games, You can just look at Smite, for example. Once they removed leaderboard rewards and online tournaments for most popular game modes and only focused it on Conquest Dota, like most MOBA studios do this today and do this big mistake, they're just losing player base. They have been losing player base for years. You have to give your players a ranked infrastructure to support it. And then people will make their own content and they'll play your game so much more. Because I feel like Elden Ring is such a great game. But even what it does, it doesn't do well. You don't even have enough larva tiers to even try some of the fun builds in the game, in PvP. So what's the point of the whole game? Why are we designing the game around character building and it's not even good at that, So what do you guys think? This is just my quick video. Let me know what you guys think. You know, there's so many other things we could fix in Elden Ring. If you have any good ideas, you know, factions, you could even have like a multiplayer hub zone where players gather. You have faction NPC, you have leaderboard you can check up. You could even have server announcers. Every time somebody clear a boss for the first or fastest time, there will be a server announcers like in the King's Avatar animation, and guilds would compete. It would make such a healthy environment, long-lasting environment that could even transfer to real world. You know, I highly suggest watching the King's Avatar animation, one of the best gaming animation ever made. And I really hope a lot of these guys will take some inspiration from the King's Avatar animation. You can watch it on YouTube or maybe some 9anime or something like that. You know, it was actually made by Tencent. You know, so how are Tencent making such innovative gaming innovations? Meanwhile, Japanese studios are still so outdated and only focus on console and hate multiplayer. I have no idea. They think that makes them special, but in reality they're just wasting so much potential. They have one of the best franchises in the whole world. You know, Final Fantasy, Monster Hunter. They could be so much more. You know, imagine if you could actually tame and proudly ride around monsters in Monster Hunter. If city would be full of people running around, the city would feel alive. You know, not just some outdated co-op for console, like, man. So, let me know what you guys think. Also, yeah, Final Fantasy, they need to reduce the global cooldown timer. 2 seconds is too much if the combat feels too slow. Add basic social. Why call Final Fantasy a social game when you don't even have basic social features like chat bubbles? Jesus Christus, man. So let me know what you guys think and see you in the next one. Peace.